Hello YouTube friends. In this installment of Patrick's 1964 Galaxie 500 XL rebuild, he's installed a fan clutch kit. He'll talk a bit about the process to do that and his challenges and successes.
Morning YouTubers. Thought I'd give you a bit of an update on what I am working on my 64 Galaxie. While I'm waiting for my son's Bronco, we're going to do a bit more work on it. So while we're waiting for that, thought I'd show you what I'm working on right now. And it's basically putting a fan clutch kit on my 64 Galaxie. Some people will be asking why I don't go with electric fans. Well, trying to keep it a little bit more old school. My last car, my 79 pace car, I did everything. I did fuel injection, I did electric fans, I did maximum horsepower suspension. I brought it to a place where, while it handled really good, where I lived, it was actually almost too rough for what I like. So I'm trying to keep it a little bit more old school. I like the look of the old FE engine in here and trying to keep that way. But I wanted to have a little bit more cooling. So the original 4-blade fan is about 18.25 inches long. So did a bit of research, and what I ended up buying was a Hayden 2710 clutch fan and a derail 17118 fan clutch fan. Now I went 17118, that's 18 inch. It's about the biggest I can go without getting too big, without having any interference issues. The original one 18.25, so you're a little bit smaller but pretty close. I'll show you a little bit of what's included in the fan clutch kit. So it comes with, of course, the clutch. It has a bushing. That's, I believe, 3/4 to 5/8 bushing. Important. This one I think is 5/8, so it's important to put that in, or else you're going to have some binding issues or balance issues. It comes with lock washers, and it comes with instructions. A couple things to note. So when you're putting it onto the water pump, it says to go 5/16 18 thread per inch bolts, grade 5 minimum bolts. I've got grade 8, and it says they should be zinc or CAD. These are zinc coated. It says 5/8 inch long minimum. These are 3/4. So you want it long enough that it's going to thread through, not too far that it's actually going to hit the water pump, but long enough that it threads through and goes out past 2 to 3 basically threads. It's kind of an old engineering principle that I've used back in my engineering days. It also doesn't come with the bolts to attach to the fan to the clutch. These are 5/16 inch coarse thread. These I think they're about 1/2 inch long. So kind of something for you to consider for that too. So you need that 5/16 fine thread and coarse thread. The fine thread 3/4 inch long, the coarse thread 1/2 inch long, and you should be okay. You just don't want them to bind into the bottom of the clutch fan. That's what's included there. Comes with this. I'm going to try it. Once I've got it installed, I'll just give you a bit of an update on what it looks like. And then hopefully that works out well. All right, a bit of an update. I did put the fan and clutch in together. Pretty simple. It does say back on here, and it also on the fan, it does say rotation, basically the standard clockwise, and this side towards the rad. So you shouldn't put this on backwards, I'm assuming. It's also indexed, so you can only put it in one way on here. So there's extra bolt holes. I'm assuming that they're for different kinds, so you can only put it on one way. So I'm pretty happy with the look of it. It is a lot heavier though, so basically you can't extend it out. When I did kind of just set it in place, it's about 1 inch further back than the original rad fan, but I guess we'll play that by ear. The original one here, I'll show you as a comparison, and then you can decide for yourself whether you want to do it or not. But yeah, this one here is 6-blade, pretty good angle on here, so pretty happy with that. We'll see how noisy it is probably this summer, but for now we'll just put it in and go from there. That's the original one. You can see it's just 4-blade, not as much taper, and basically just 4 blades. So we'll see. The only advantage this one does have so far I can see is that it's about 1 inch closer. All right, to summarize what I purchased to put the clutch fan kit in. So I bought a derail 17118 fan designed for clutch fans. I bought a Hayden 2710 fan clutch. I had 4 5/16 inch UNF fine thread 3 by 3/4 inch long bolts and lock washers. I also needed 4 5/16 inch UNC or coarse thread by 5/8 long bolts and lock washers. And I'll show you what it looks like inside. It looks pretty good. It fits in there nice and close. Not as close as the original, but there's going to be no rubbing on the fan shroud that is there, the little one. So pretty happy with it so far. Now let's see if anybody sells basically a fan shroud for this. If anyone does, please let me know.